Hello children, welcome back to this video. In the previous video, we have seen that the shoemaker, he talked about his hardships and about the big firms. He complained about them that the big firms, they do a lot of advertisement and because of that only they are getting more customers. On the other hand, the artists, the shoemakers, they are not getting any work and every year the work was becoming less and less. And after listening all these hardships, all his struggle, the author, he has ordered many pairs of shoes, and because of that he was not able to meet Mr. Geisler near about for 2 years because he has ordered so many pairs of shoes and they were of best quality, so they lasted for a long time. And after 2 years, when the author he visited Mr. Geisler's shop, when they both were discussing, he came to know about his elder brother's death. And this time, again the author, he felt pity for Mr. Geisler and he ordered several pairs. And he told Mr. Geisler that last time, whatever orders he placed, that all boots were very fine and the fitting was better than ever. And after giving that order, the author, he left for abroad and returns after 1 year. So, and the first shop he goes to is Mr. Geisler's. But what he observed when he entered in the shop, Mr. Geisler was looking now of 75 and he was unable to recognize him at first. And he asked, "Do you want any boots?" He said, "I can make them quickly. It is a slack time." And he told the author that during this time he is not having any work. Slack time is not having the work, more work, not busy. And he said, "If you want any boots, I can make them quickly because I don't have any other order." And the narrator gives a huge order. The wait is longer than ever, but the quality only gets better. And this time, the author, he has to wait for a long time, but the quality was better than ever. When the boots came in excitement, the author, he tried them one by one. The author described that those pair of boots he had made, they were the best in terms of fitting, finish, quality of leather. Means everything was perfect. Not anything was there in that. The author could complain about that. The fitting, the finishing, and the leather of the quality which is used, that was also perfect. And the author, as he loved the boots, so he immediately posted a check for Mr. Geisler brother. After a week, while passing the little street, the narrator thinks to go in and tell Mr. Geisler that the boots are perfect. Look into the image. Now the Geisler brothers, that name has gone. And a Englishman, he is standing in that door of the shop. But when he goes to the place where the shop was, the name plate is no longer there. So the name plate was not there of Mr. Geisler brother. Disturbed. So the author, he become very disturbed that where the shop has gone. He goes into the shop and a young English face greets him. So instead of Geisler brother, one Englishman, he welcomed the author. The narrator inquires about Mr. Geisler and comes to know of younger Geisler's death. So when he inquired about Mr. Geisler to the Englishman, he told that the shoemaker was died because of the slow starvation. And this was a shock for the author. The young man explains that how he died. Now, why slow starvation happens? Because Mr. Geisler, he used to devote himself for shoemaking. Even he never allows anyone to enter in his work. He used to do it day and night. And even he forget to eat also. And all the money went in the rents and leather because he never compromised on the quality of the leather. He used to use only best quality of leather, and due to that all the money, less money which he was earning, that was going into the rent and the leather. The fate was quite obvious from the beginning. The Englishman, he was telling to the author that this was about to happen because Mr. Geisler, he used to devote everything to his work only. But both the narrator and the young man agrees that the Geisler brothers made good quality of boots, though the death was unfortunate. But one thing was sure, that Mr. Geisler brothers, they were the artists and they made good quality of boots. So here the lesson ends. Let's watch one video.
This story is about the Gessler brothers who were shoemakers. They owned a shop in a stylish part of London. The shop was very simple, but was as peaceful as a church. The narrator knew the younger of the two brothers because he had made his father's boots. The Gessler brothers only made boots on order. The boots crafted by the younger brother were pieces of art as they lasted very long. Once the narrator told him how one of the boots made by him had made a creaking sound. The younger Gessler brother asked the narrator to bring them back and promised to return the money he had charged if he had failed to repair them. He was a very honest and hard-working shoemaker who cared about the smallest detail in the boots he crafted. That is why he could easily spot the problems in a pair of boots that the narrator had bought from a big company. He was angry that the big companies charged a lot of money for poor quality boots. He was also upset about the big companies making a lot of money only through advertisements and not through quality work. Seeing the shoemaker so sorrowful, the narrator ordered several pairs of boots. The boots were so well made that the narrator did not feel the need to visit the shoemaker for a long time. After 2 years, when the narrator visited the shoe shop, he met the older brother and inquired about his younger brother. The shoemaker revealed that he was the younger brother and his older brother had died. The narrator was shocked to find how much the younger Mr. Gessler had aged, so he ordered several pairs of boots again. He received them after a very long time, but their quality was better than ever and they lasted very long. Soon after, the narrator went abroad. A year later, when he returned to London, he went to the shoe shop. He realized the shoemaker looked 15 years older and was very weak. The narrator placed an order for several pairs of boots. He received them after a long time. Excitedly, he tried on all the pairs and found that each one fit perfectly. The narrator immediately posted a check for the shoemaker. A week later, the narrator visited the shop to convey his gratitude to the shoemaker. To his surprise, the name of the shop was different. Inside, he met a young Englishman instead of the old German shoemaker. The young man told the narrator that Mr. Gessler had died of starvation. The man spoke of how the shoemaker had worked hard to complete the few orders he received due to increased competition. He was so particular about his craft that he did not allow anyone else to help him. Delays in delivery also led to loss of customers. Despite using the best leather to make the most perfect boots, he had no money. He spent all his money on leather and rent. He dedicated his life to his art.
So I hope now you all must have understood the lesson. Read it one more time and find out the Gessler Brothers dialogue where he has used the letters P, T and K. So what Mr. Gessler has done, instead of P, T, K, he sound means the pronunciation of the word looks like B, D and G. So find out these sentences and underline that. In the next video, we'll see the question answers of the lesson. And one most important thing, that the assignments which I am receiving, they are very less. So it's instruction for all the students. Complete the assignments in time and submit it in time to get the full marks of assignments. Thank you.